Today, in this video, you'll see top 10 computer processors. And also, you'll see the reasons to buy and reasons to avoid these processors. Let's begin. Intel Core i7-14700K. The Intel Core i7-14700K is a heck of a processor to end the LGA 1700 era with, thanks to its very solid performance and excellent price for a mid-range processor. It's only a small improvement over its predecessor, but it does pack 4 additional efficiency cores for better multitasking and freeing up the performance cores to focus on the workloads that need that extra power. It also comes with discrete Wi-Fi 7 and Thunderbolt 5 support out the box, and even though those technologies are still a ways away from becoming mainstream, it's nice to have a certain level of future-proofing a new processor. While this chip boosts similar performance to the Intel Core i9-13900K, it also has a similar problem managing heat, so you will need the best CPU cooler around to keep this chip from throttling, which is something some i7 users might not have been used to in the past. AMD Ryzen 5 7600X. The most value-oriented processor in the new AMD Zen 4 lineup is the AMD Ryzen 5 7600X, but don't let its price fool you. This chip is anything but a lightweight. Sure, it can't hold up against the massive 16-core Ryzen 9 7950X, but its single-core performance is nearly on par with its beefier cousins. What's more, the lack of V-cache doesn't slow this chip down one bit when it comes to gaming performance, and gamers looking to make the jump to AMD's AM5 platform will find a lot to love about this processor, especially as its more accessible cost helps to offset the cost of a new motherboard and RAM. Fortunately, you won't need a different CPU cooler if you already have one compatible with AM4, and fortunately the Ryzen 5 7600X manages to stay cool under load. Intel Core i9-14900K. The Intel Core i9-14900K normally wouldn't be the kind of chip I'd put on this list, given its fairly mild gen-on-gen performance increase, but there's no denying that the 14900K is the fastest chip Intel or anyone really has put out. Right out of the box, this chip is capable of hitting 6.0 GHz, something no other consumer processor can do. And while it can only do so under the right conditions, it still counts, and it's why Intel maintains its performance lead over AMD as it heads into a new era next year with the redesigned Meteor Lake processor. And all for the same price as its predecessor, which is a relief given the way inflation has been wreaking havoc around the world. It's not without its faults. The 13900K will likely be a better value for you if you can find it, and this level of performance comes with more heat than any other chip we've ever tested, so make sure you've got the best cooling solution possible. AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D. The AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D is easily the best AMD processor on the market for gamers, thanks to its outstanding performance in just about any game you throw at it thanks to its 3D V-cache technology. Its non-gaming performance isn't as great, however, so if you're looking for a chip that can do everything, the AMD Ryzen 7 7700X is a great option in this tier, assuming you don't want to go with the Intel Core i7-14700K listed above. This is also an expensive chip, though it's somewhat more reasonably priced than the Ryzen 9 7950X 3D. If you don't already have an AM5 motherboard though, be wary that you will need to upgrade a lot of components in your PC as well in order to run the new AMD Ryzen processors. AMD Ryzen 7 5800X 3D. The AMD Ryzen 7 5800X 3D is without question one of the best processors for gaming on the market. With incredible performance thanks to AMD's 3D V-cache technology, the 5800X 3D punches way above its weight class and can even beat out the more expensive Core i9-12900K when it comes to gaming. Since this is essentially an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X with triple the cache memory thanks to a new microarchitecture that lets AMD stack cache on the CPU die, it keeps the same AM4 motherboard socket as earlier Ryzen chips. meaning that you don't need to spend more to upgrade your motherboard if you're already rocking an AM4 system. This is still a last-gen chip though, so you're not going to get all the perks of the AM5 platform like PCI 5.0 and DDR5 RAM. But if you've got an AM4 system and you want an upgrade but not ready for a total overhaul, this is a great chip to carry you for another couple of years at least. Subscribe this channel for more technology videos. See you in the next video.